Hello and welcome everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Before we jump in the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All of those things help us out tremendously. Interested in supporting our community? Become a member. Interested in joining our games? Reach out and let me know. We have an open slot in this game. We have an open slot in the Tuesday early game. We have an open slot in the Saturday early game. And we have an open slot in the Sunday early game. Interested in any of them? Reach out, let me know. We'll try to see if they're a good suit for you. Go ahead and give us that recap. Capriccio.
Yes. So last week we began in the aftermath of our fight against the Craven Spine, where we sadly lost one of our compatriots, Ordrum. We spent some time discussing what we would do about that, but also about this massive void / necrotic, like, gravity sphere of death that it created before it died, quote unquote died. At some point we decided that we will deal with that later, that we will prioritize bringing back Fordrum, for the purpose of which we traveled to Ankarau to acquire some oils and other stuff that I needed to cast a certain very fun spell that I know Fordrum loved. We traveled to Ankarau and we met with Diolet, which is a contact of mine and Zorazar's from back when we hadn't yet taken up adventuring, really. And we were able to acquire those oils, and I cast Reincarnate on Fordrum. He came back as Meowdrum, a really tall tabaxi. After that, before we left for Ankarau, we took refuge in the mountains while the Empire's forces were looking for us. Also in Ankarau, once we got all of that sorted, we decided to reach out to an old contact of the group. Her name is Baroness Jenna. She's an archmage. And we have arranged a meeting with her in Shady Creek in 2 days. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's where we left off.
2 days? I thought it was the next day. 2 days.
No.
Okay, so that means you guys are gonna have. So you went down the following day. 1 day spent, 3 days. So you're only gonna have 4 days in total, where Trent's still out of commission.
Yes.
Okay. So, you created your door, Argon, to your magnificent mansion, and still were beckoned by Capriccio and Zorazar for all of you to join them at their lavished establishment.
Yes.
Would either of you like to describe the interior of this establishment as people are coming with you inside?
I'll let Zorazar do it. It's
well,
Include the name, the exact dimensions that are inside, how big the stage is, how much seating arrangement is, how much space is in between chairs.
If I'd have known I'd be doing this today, I would have given a better description. So
you knew you were doing this today. I told you.
When did you tell me?
Last week.
Oh, damn. There's been a whole ass week between then and now. Huh?
You had a whole week to prepare? That's awesome.
Exactly.
I've had shit happening over the week. Anyway, you're going to get
a description. Go ahead.
Definitely a description. So, I like to imagine this place used to be a former bathhouse. Pretty wide, but giving a lot more space to where actually rooms can be expanded upon. The interior, essentially the entire, central part where the water would flow into maybe a central bath area has been completely drained, and instead there is just this entire central portion of just both couches, pillows, kind of pushed off on different sides, and the room itself is kind of filled with a mixture of a smell of sage, perfumes, and the unmistakable sometimes smell of hookah smoke. There is a there. I'm trying to think of the best way to phrase it. There are many places and many sort of. There's one side that is just essentially a bar. There are other places where it's much more cushioned than anything else as well, giving much more relaxation to any sort of the clients or even just the entertainers here. There's a couple of rooms, that, quote unquote, nearby that are just essentially just curtains that you can draw. There's a couple of hallways that lead off into separate different places, and each room is different. One side is just normal sort of rooms that you can relax, stay the night, or, relax. And then the other side are more themed rooms. And there is looks to be a second sort of story that actually can be seen from the first floor up. It looks like this was one of these places that was recently built. It seems to be a room/office.
So, entering inside, you all see the wonderful establishment where people have congregated at various different tables or walls, and there's privacy seemingly at all of them. Now, Capriccio, you described the main stage as that is your baby.
I mean, it's a fairly spacious stage, I would say, because we do sometimes bring other people to perform, especially in my absence. But I think it's usually just like a regular playing stage, and then people bring their own props, and they can set up however they want. Speaking of, as we are heading towards the Delicate Touch, that's the name of the establishment, I will have some of our people spread the word that we're back in town and that I'll be performing tonight. And I'm also going to send someone to collect Deolit, because he told me that he wanted to.
Oh yeah, he'll be here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, as you all are looking in, you look over at this barkeep who seems to be handing out everybody's drinks and smiles over at Zurazar and Capriccio. Welcome back, boss. How you been?
Well, fine, I guess is the good term for it. Definitely gotten a bit richer, which, by the way, you will actually take the Tal'Dorei off and sort of take off the chain, and then hand it off. Store that, and we might have that for some expansions. I was holding on to it until I got back, but figured I'd get back after I'm done, but here I am now.
Alrighty, will do. You seem to have a few private customers?
Special guests.
Special guests.
Yes, private customers.
Private customers.
No. They're traveling friends. They're fine. Treat them as you would treat us.
Very good. I'm Chandler, the barkeep. So, what drinks would you all like?
I think something in a light wine is fine to start.
I'll have an ale. I'm craving milk, but ale seems like the thing.
Would you like to try a white Russian? Or sorry, a white Zemnian?
No. Fuck them people.
No. It's called the white Uthadurnian. That's right, because that's the relation to... Yeah, the white Uthadurnian.
If it's called a white Earthadurnian, I'll have it for sure.
Mm-hmm. And they make it completely wrong. They don't even add in like Kahlua, which you're supposed to do, or like a heavy half and half cream. Instead, they just use like a whole milk in vodka.
Delicious.
And how about for you, big fella?
What's the heaviest you got?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He'll look over at you, Zurazar, for confirmation. In Thieves' Cant, that's asking for poison. Like, literal poison.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what he's I know exactly what he's wanting. He'll look to Braska, look back, he'll just shrug, and he'll just say, I mean, I've seen him take down worse, but we'll see how he handles this.
If it helps, I have drank a vial of poison before.
It's a bit different than that, but not really. It's very difficult to explain. Just you'll see. I hope you like your tongue.
Okay, good, because I don't want to go through the poison thing again. I mean, I did it, but whatever.
Zurazar, yeah? All right. Hey, if you're saying it's okay, all right, fine. And he'll reach under the cabinet and pour something without looking and hand it over to you, Braska.
I mean, he's asking
All right.
for it, so I mean, if anything happens, it's his funeral.
Yeah, I mean,
Listen.
it just doesn't really seem like he knows what he's asking for.
Oh no, he never does. It's fine.
All right.
Oh yeah, I never know anything.
And then he pours the proper drinks for you, Zurazar and Capriccio. What are those?
Honestly, Zurazar probably is a fancy bitch. He probably just likes expensive wines.
I'm not gonna have anything yet. I'm performing tonight.
Oh.
Get yourself more relaxed. I mean, obviously you're not having issues, but
Think I'm tense? Do I look tense?
I mean, a little bit. You haven't done it in a while, so never underestimate.
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is you look gorgeous.
And
That's
rusty.
what I thought.
Chandler just smiles at you.
I'll take it from you, not from him.
Perfect. Here you go, and he gives you sparkling water.
I'll take some.
The drink of every diva ever. Anyways,
Just a little lemon wedge in there.
Fordrum, it's a good drink. It's just not that's not the Uthodurnian way to make it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Argan, they have a variety of different wines in their cellar, and since Zurazar said, well, treat them like they're me, yeah, he'll pull out any expensive bottle you are asking for.
It's not like with the Tal'Dorei, I can't just go out and just buy 10 more of them.
Oh, yeah. That Tal'Daki's worth 10 of your most expensive bottles. Braska, it's a tiny little piss of a fucking shot.
Oh.
Zurazar is actively just watching you, just like slowly sipping the wine.
All right, I do the shot.
Ah! Con save.
All right. 20.
That's really bad for you.
It is.
Wow. Oh, that didn't taste like alcohol. That tasted like poison. Alcohol, yeah. Huh. You never notice your one tooth is really sharp. Yeah, that tooth is really sharp, Braska.
We'll have 3 more.
We'll hold off every 20 minutes or so, buddy. And he'll pull it back, and after that point, he'll lean over to you, Zurazar. Dude, that's the shit we give you on teas to get them fucked up.
I did mention that I have seen him take down things that are more disgusting than that, so...
You
not
realize
too-
that murders most people, right?
Oh, I'm fully aware.
All
But
right,
like I
man.
said,
Hey,
I've seen him murder most people, so, I feel like it balances out.
Which, by the way, Braska, actually, I'll just roll the damage dice, because you are successful, just barely. Where is it? Oh, no, I need to manually roll that. Yep.
To be fair, the average civilian has an HP pool of like 4.
Yeah.
That's not so bad.
This is the shit they give you on teas, so you on teas can get drunk.
Okay, I can take 2 more of those.
You are feeling off your ass, Braska. In fact, as you try to stand, Fordrum, you kind of have to like help catch him as he's stumbling from one little tiny shot.
Whoa, you okay, big guy?
Yeah, no, that was good. Is what? Yep.
Are you? We have a cleric on staff. It's like, you know,
Nah.
Capricio's here too. Usually they can help with a lot of different things.
Nah, I'll be good.
This is more fun.
Just give him an ale or two to wash it down. He'll be fine.
Oh yeah, no, that will help.
Braska, your fur is so soft.
Hmm.
Oh wait, that's Forgem's fur. His fur is so soft.
Oh. Hmm.
Like new kitten fur.
Yeah. Forgem, currently Braska is petting your arm.
Like he was
Okay.
born yesterday.
Or today.
It's new.
Mm-hmm.
So, over the next hour or so, the bar keeps filtering in with more and more and more people. Braska, you sober up a considerable amount, but that one shot is still able to keep you knocked on your ass.
Why, I want another one.
Capriccio, can you just be nearby for this?
And I have things to do here in a bit.
I mean, he
Oh,
might die. He might actually die.
I'll walk him.
He's fine. He won't die. And if he dies, I'll just bring him back as a cat. It's fine.
If he dies, I do want to. Bruska, do you care if I sell like your weapon?
Yes. Very much.
But how would you know if you're dead?
Trust me, you'll know if I know.
You know
How-
things.
How would you know? How would you know that I know that you know that you would know when you're dead?
Well, if you touch my weapon after I die, you will too.
Alrighty, Braska, you take the next shot.
Yep.
There we go. Con save.
Oh, should I have taken half of that before?
Half of 72, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I took the whole thing.
Yeah, no, you were successful on the
Yeah,
20. Just
so-
barely, but you were successful. And then the next one's 94. Damn, that was a good roll.
Yeah, it was.
94 is what, 48? No.
47.
Yeah, this is the shit you pour
Yeah,
into
half
a
of that's
politician's drink to
27.
guarantee they die, or you give to a
Oh,
yuan
yeah,
tea
that's-
so they can get tipsy. And they are immune to poison. Immunity does have a threshold. A yuan tea character asked for me to make them a drink that could actually get them drunk, so this is it. Just,
Fair enough.
yeah. How you feeling, big guy?
Happy. Furry.
While he's not looking, I reach over and just touch his weapon real quick. Just
I am going to backhand him.
now if you don't see me do it.
Listen, Braska has an instinct for his weapon. That's the only thing he remotely cares about.
Listen, I'm doing it while he's distracted.
So, looking at Braska be more fucked up than all of you have ever seen him be, including when he's drank 10 literal gallons of ale or wine.
No. I was more drunk for Sinclair's funeral.
This would probably put you up there.
It's close though. It's
Yeah. But the establishment seems to fill up over time, and you all notice that, well, the same proprietor that you all had purchased from illegally last session moves in here and seems to tip his hat in your direction and goes over and orders himself a drink, and all of you an additional round of whatever they're having, except you, Braska, because he's not going to be dropping that amount of fucking gold.
close. Smart.
And then, be real quick, still listening. Capriccio, your performance. Now, make sure it stays within the realm of live streaming monetization. Please.
Yes.
However, if it
gonna
needs
go into a lot
to,
of detail.
okay, that's
Mhm.
fine. I was going to say, if it needs to, we can just fade to black to the applause and blushing at the end.
Yeah, I will. When the time comes, nighttime.
So will everyone else.
Yeah.
Well, not yet. I haven't even started. I will head backstage and I will change into a very colorful, very skimpy outfit that matches my new ring tassels. Couldn't think of the word. And I will set myself center stage. And as the music begins to play, you see me become enveloped in a cloud of fairy dust as I cast Enlarge on myself. And then I proceed to perform an exotic dance along with singing from myself in a show of dancing fairy lights as well. And at some point along the performance, I will select someone from the audience and I will cast Charm Person on them and bring them as part of it for the second half. Yeah.
All right. Then the performance goes on, and roll your performance check. Since you are rusty, you don't get to use your passive performance. $19.
33.
You had advantage?
I have foresight.
Oh, 33.
Mm-hmm.
Now, even if you're not completely enveloped in the nature, the spirit of it, it's the ability, the performance, the story illustrated through art and body itself that captivates the entire room, and all of you are kind of left like dumbfounded. That was incredibly good. I mean, the only establishment that maybe in the world could have as good, if not better, a performance would be the Lavish Chateau, but even that would be questionable. The entire crowd erupts in applause. Then the end of your performance. Yeah?
Well, once the performance comes to an end, I will, I'm going to bring Deolit upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we're going to have a chat.
Yeah.
And who knows what else.
Yeah, yeah.
At the end of which, I will try to convince him to perhaps give me a gift of, who knows, maybe a 1,500 gold worth of high-quality jade.
Roll me a persuasion roll. With advantage because of the performance.
Mm-hmm.
And foresight, so yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Super advantage?
Mm-hmm. No. He'll allow that to be the payment. Your time does cost money, after all.
Yeah.
So.
Not just anyone can put on that kind of show.
Yeah. So, end of all of that, couple of hours go by, and you come downstairs with a large jade statue.
Cool.
What? You got a statue for your?
Yeah.
Never mind.
No, actually, this. Remember what we talked about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yes.
Here it is.
Nice.
Y'all gonna let the DM in on the secret?
He needs me to carve it into a dragon.
No.
Not the dragon?
No. No, the dragon was something else.
Oh.
I need it carved into a what's the word? Freaking circlet. Yeah. For this bad boy.
Oh.
Take a sock.
You assume the form of a different creature for the duration. New form can be of any creature. Into an average example of that creature. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just reading.
It's very interesting that as few spells as there are at 9th level, there's 2 that do very similar things with this and True Polymorph.
Yeah.
I mean, they're different.
Yeah.
There's definitely differences. 'Cause
Kind
you get to
of.
keep all your class abilities and shape change, and you get to keep your intelligence stats, don't you? Or your mental
Yeah.
stats.
Yeah, you do. Also, this one isn't permanent. True polymorph
This can be
can
permanent,
be.
yeah.
Can be, yeah.
Also, did Capriccio hear what Zurzar asked?
No.
Oh, he asked if you took his sock too.
Could I have stolen a sock from
Absolutely. No problem at all. He's used to it by now, if anything.
Dior? I just took it right in front of him.
Oh, fantastic! Give me the sock.
Give it to you for what?
You use the office again.
What?
Second story is the office, not the rooms.
The rooms are on the other hallway. Second story is the office.
There's 2 hallways, left and right.
They're for my. It's for my collection. You can't have it.
Did you ask me to use the office?
No.
Capriccio,
Zorzar?
give me the sock.
No.
What was his name, real quick? I need to let him know that he's missing a sock.
He knows.
Yeah, Capriccio took it right in front of him.
Fair enough. Just, I'm fine with my office being used, but let me know because there's money up there too. We don't need people stealing money.
I kind of just stole 1,500 gold.
No, you earned it.
Did you steal it from?
Yeah.
Did you steal it from a resource, or did you just steal it from him?
I asked for it. He gave it to me because I
It's not
did
really-
such a.
So you stole his heart, is what you did, and his coin purse,
And his
Do we
book.
hear this?
both
Yeah.
figuratively and
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah, all of you hear this conversation happening.
You 2 led a very different life before you joined us.
I've told you many a time what I did here. What did you think? I was lying?
No, but not something I've ever experienced. Remember, I spent my life growing up in a school.
Oh, that's fair. That's very fair. I mean,
Our version of partying is very different.
in fairness, there is a room themed around a classroom.
There is.
Would that help?
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Well, you could try it for yourself and find out.
Depends if you're a good student or a bad student. No, but seriously, this is a good chunk of my life's work, and as you can see, it's gone really well.
Does seem that way. And Capriccio, you're obviously very good at entertaining. I've never seen anything quite like that show. Nothing anywhere near like that show, to be honest.
Thank you.
Me either. It's amazing.
Thank
What?
you.
Why the change
The change?
from what the life you had here to the life on the road with us?
Would you
Every
believe-
once in a while I go adventuring.
Would you believe us if we say we were bored for a brief period of time?
Yeah.
I guess to some extent I can. I guess anything becomes boring if it's the same every day, no matter how wondrous it may be.
It's not really the same every day. Though, in fairness, I was being tracked by my father's mercenary, so I did have to lead him out of the capital for a little bit. Then when I was out there, I knocked him out. I was like, you know what? I don't want to walk all the way back. Let's just see what's in this direction.
Well, we remember that part because we caught you after we found you after you caught him.
I wonder if he's still being held prisoner over there.
I don't know. Has it been a year yet? Wasn't that how long the prison sentence was, or the sentence was?
I thought it was about a year and a half.
Since then, no.
No, what was the? I don't remember what the original sentence was.
I
Was it
think
a
I
year
thought
and a half?
I thought it was a year and a half. I thought it was either a year and a half or 2 years, something like that.
I'd have to go look it up.
You would, because I put all of that information away. It's not. Yeah.
Point is,
You know.
he's gone for long enough that he won't need to look it up anytime soon.
Oh no, I mean like he's gonna go back home and be like, hey, where'd he go?
Hey,
Oh,
Argon,
yeah.
is the mansion still up?
It will be up for the next 24 hours.
Okay. I'm really tired. I don't know about you guys, but I was just born earlier today, and I feel like I'm growing or something's weird. So
Yeah, you're about like a foot and a half taller than you were before.
I am. Well, yeah. And then I stand up, and I have like weird sort of red patches of fur in some spots, and I do seem even a little taller than I was when we arrived. So I feel like I need to go lay down. Capriccio, you want me to take that statue back and start working on it, maybe?
Capriccio?
Uh-oh.
Yes, Fortune, that would be great.
Okay, I'll take it.
Oh, he's got a cold.
I pick it up and tuck it under an arm and head out.
All right.
And I'm going to get a full night's sleep and attune to all the crap that I used to have.
Mm-hmm. Which all resizes and now fits to you.
So yeah, so tomorrow when I come out and I'm like, look completely different, I'm taller than I ever was, and everything seems to fit, it'll be shocking.
Yes. So, everyone else, you can spend your evening in here however you see fit. If you do seek companionship, you do have to pay out of pocket. The house does not have their employees ever work for free. Alcohol is one thing, but the employees do their business.
That makes
Bunny
sense.
suit after break. Thank you very much, Mike. So, one by one, you all spend the evening relaxing, heading off to rooms or the mansion to relax and do whatever it is you do for the evening.
Oh, I go up to my old room. I haven't been up there in a while, and I fucking miss it.
Yeah, you get up there and you see that there's currently a man tied to the door, the one that Capriccio took upstairs.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how
You
are you?
might be bleeding a little bit.
How's it going?
So I'm gonna go to sleep. So either you can pay to just sleep where you are now, or I can cut you down and you can go lay on one of the couches down there.
Can you cut me down a little bit? It's romantic, but you know, I
This
do
is what
feel
you-
like my spine is like expanding.
If this is what you think of what romantic is, you should be here for the weekends.
Oh, he's a regular. He knows. That's why
Oh.
Capriccio went with him.
It'll cut him down. Did you have any clothes, or do you even care?
Oh, I don't care about those. They're just clothes.
Yeah, that tracks. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your stay.
Thank you.
I would ask if you stole something, but yeah, you didn't.
Nope, never do.
Just shuts the door and goes to just onto his just essentially it's just the same thing downstairs, but the pillows are nicer.
Mm-hmm. So, Braska, on your third shot, you do pretty much just pass the fuck out for the evening. And morning rolls around.
Just making sure.
Yeah. All right, fine. I'll roll as well.
Oh, I'm barely under 100.
Yeah, but that's alcohol doesn't physically hurt you. Like but one by one you all go to sleep in your respective realms and houses and beds and pillow stacks and orgies. And one by one you all wake up and meet back up with one another. Forgem, you said you changed in appearance. Would you like to elaborate on that?
Yeah, this morning when I wake up, I'm now 6'4" and I weigh about 100 pounds. Well, no, I only weigh about 35 pounds more than I did. And I'm a big red and white cat.
Kitty.
Yep. I look like that now.
Large kitty.
Soft kitty.
Very large kitty.
How tall would you say you are?
6'4".
Ooh.
He's the third tallest member of the group.
Hey, right now he's the second human.
That's true. Until we're ready to leave for Hupperduke.
Right.
You're not going to stay like that?
No, because she won't recognize me.
Oh.
Give me Shady Creek.
Shady Creek, yes, not Hupperduke.
Yeah.
Shady Creek.
I was like, wait, where? What?
I've only got 2 feet on him.
Yeah. I feel very different. This whole world is smaller than it used to be.
So, you all have your eggs and breaky. And you have a whole day
this
to
I will
waste
be having
here.
10 of.
Yes. They actually have ostrich eggs if you are interested in eating 10 of those instead, Braska.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That way you only need 7.
No.
A lot of egg.
That's a lot of egg. The ostrich egg is like... Aren't ostrich eggs like bigger than my head?
They are.
Yeah. But Braska.
But you've seen Braska shovel down worse.
Yeah. It's only enough to feed like 50 people, so like anyways,
This man can eat 50 eggs.
you said you all want to spend a day of downtime here, correct?
Sure.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be here.
Oh, just a day of downtime in general.
Yeah, I just need a day to reset spell stuff and get prepared for the meeting.
You don't want to spend a day here?
I don't care if we spend a day here. That's fine. I just didn't want to meet with her the same day I had already blown my 9th level spell slot. So
How come?
Not unreasonable.
just in case. I'm going into this positive, but not blindly. She is still a member of the Cerberus Assembly.
Can you just take down that magic, or what do you do?
I can, but it's iffy unless I put as much oomph as possible into it.
Let me try.
You could try if you want.
Okay. You end one magical effect on him.
Yeah.
There you go. You're back to being a Goliath.
Could
You
just
feel
end the
this-
magical effect.
Touch your head.
As he places his hand on your head, you feel this burning sensation course through all of you as the magic emplaced and woven throughout your body seems to drift away and you grow back into your Goliath self. Very confused, because Fordrum has never done that before.
And then I
went
pat
full
you on the
cleric.
chest and go, there you are, big man.
That looked painful.
When did I've never known you to have that strong of magic from your god, Fordrum.
Yeah. It's different. Before I was sort of a priest and a fighter, and now I feel like I'm more of just a fighter priest. I don't know.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah, it's all right. It's just the same but different.
Has your god selected you as his champion?
No, we didn't have that talk, but I returned with the interest in fixing what's been going on. He can't interfere with what's happening down here, but I could, so his vengeance will be ours. Well, and I'll hopefully see that through.
Well, I'm
Sounds
happy
like
you
you've
came.
been chosen.
Yeah. It's very informal. It's there's no pomp, there's no circumstance in the realm of the Allfather. It's matter of fact, down to business, tell a couple jokes. Like that's sort of been my experience. So I don't know. It's not that different than hanging out at my house, to be honest with you. It's a big reason I felt I needed to be back. So, but I got a statue I got to go break down. So I'll be in the forge, grab a egg and some bread.
Statue.
Huh?
Oh, the jade thing.
The
Yeah.
jade statue.
Okay.
So,
No rush, Mr. Whiskers.
Yeah, this whole thing is really unusual for me.
Fordrum, have you found out how to hold ale with your tail yet?
No,
Oh, damn.
I haven't even done anything with my tail yet. In fact, half the time I close a door, I catch myself. So
Oh.
you hear a
That is amazing.
sorry. Can't believe that came out. Ugh.
Alrighty. So,
All right. So, are we spending the day here? Is that what everyone wants to do? Do we want to spend our day here?
Yeah, sure.
okay. So what is it you guys want to do here then? Fordrum's working on making a circlet.
I want to try again at buying a better augment for my weapon.
Roll me an investigation. By the way,
Or
Capriccio,
skill.
what
Let's
was the
go.
name of the dude that you got with last night?
What?
What was the name of that dude again? I forgot.
Deal it?
Deal it. Thank you.
His name's Fred, which, by the way, was the Tal'Dorei in my office.
Not plainly visible, but was in the secure location in your office. Yes.
Fantastic.
This dude's he's not a con man. He's a black market salesman, and he's not a thief. He earns his
He just
business.
buys from thieves.
Yeah, and sells for thieves. Like that's all.
He's too rich to be robbing anybody.
He's
Yeah.
the pawn shop.
I mean,
owner.
to be fair, we're rich too, but like we don't want rich to be stealing from the rich. I mean, come on,
Yeah, no,
that's just insane.
no, not when there's perfectly good poor people to steal from. Like,
It's true.
ridiculous.
What do you think this whole place is for? No.
Anyways, you go over Braska and you start looking for a better augment, and unfortunately, the best they can offer is someone you can commission someone to make you an augment.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well, how long would that take?
depends on what augment you're trying to get.
One that makes things hurt more when I hit them with it.
Like a basic one.
Preferably bigger.
Okay. 3 months minimum.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ask Zerazar for help because he knows how to find things.
You find Zorzar in his office.
What's up?
I need help. You know the city, right?
I would hope I do.
All right. So I want to be better at hitting things, and I think you can help me find a guy who can help me find the stuff to do that.
I'm sure really good at hitting things.
Yeah, but it can always be better.
That's a valid point. So,
Yeah.
what are you trying to find?
Magic stuff.
Magic stuff.
Like
That is
the what do they call it? Fucking I'm actually blanking on what they're called for a second. Here.
Augment.
That.
I was about to ask how many of the
Big voice.
I thought you had too many of those drinks last night, but I'm glad it came to you. Would I know about a place like that?
You would know that across the bazaar, there's many places that would probably have augments. You just have to find it.
So if you go to the bazaar, there's actually a section where there's actually stuff over there. But if you really want the good stuff, you've got to have to look. If that makes
No.
sense.
I'm not good at that.
Tell you what, I actually wanted to go. I kind of wanted to go over there and I want to see what they had. It's been a while since I've been there. I'll give you introductions. How about that?
That works.
So you're going out there to help him, or are you looking for him as well?
I mean, if I'm helping him by again, I also want to look for him. So both.
Okay. Are you looking for your
He's
own
helping
thing
me
then?
by looking for him.
What was that?
What are you looking for, Zorzar?
I just want to see the selection. Really, I'm not really picky. I just want to see what
There
I'm
is an
sorting.
assortment of various decent quality magical items that they have at their disposal. That's yeah, that's what I'm actually. I think I have a list lying around somewhere for all of this.
Because if not, then
See if you can
I actually
find the
might be
nice
interested.
shit.
If not, then I actually might be interested in an augment as well. We'll see.
Okay. Roll an investigation, Zorzar.
Unfortunately for you, Braska, I'm just slightly better. Not a whole lot. Oh, hey.
That's like double.
So you do find a couple of places that are currently selling magical items within town. You find a glimmering dagger, which is a dagger that glimmers. A ring of featherfall.
Well, what was the dagger called again?
Glimmering dagger.
Glimmering dagger. Got it.
You do find an assortment of potions of healing, a total of 1d8 of them. You find a wand of web, a bag of holding. A horn of blasting. Mm-hmm. And 1 +2 augment for +2 to hit and damage for melee.
Oh, there you are, Braska.
I already have one of those in it.
Then you can't stack it. No, you can't stack them.
No. I didn't think you could.
Yeah, finding a very rare one that's near impossible because most people that farm for that want that.
That's a shame, buddy. Sorry to hear that. Hey, how much is it for that +2?
Augmentation creation. +2 to hit and damage. That's 500 for that. Plus the creature would be another 500. Plus the craft, 500. 2,000, but roll your persuasion check.
The one with the 35.
They'll lower it down to 1,200. Just so they're barely making a profit off of it.
Braska, I think I left all my money back in the office. Actually, I should have more, shouldn't I? Where's our bag?
Forge room? Braska, he
carry
carries
it,
everything.
don't worry. I carry everything.
I still don't see the handout, so I trust your judgment. Oh no, it's in party loot. Never mind.
So are you editing?
I'm just checking something here. I thought
Now, you are aware, in order to gain the benefit of that, your weapon needs to have an augment slot built into it, correct?
Oh, does the rapier speed that Forger may not have one?
That is not what you requested. That would have been significantly longer to craft.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah.
Can I just eat it?
I mean, sure.
Then
You're comfortable coming out.
Does that mean I get a +2 to all my stats?
I mean, a rapier speed usually has a +2 already.
Exactly.
Oh.
That's why it doesn't stack.
I know. I'm just messing around.
You could buy it, but it's not useful unless you have an open slot.
Yeah. What's the dagger do?
It is a dagger that sheds a soft light when drawn, illuminating the area within 5 feet of the wielder.
Ah, okay.
How much for that other bag of holding you mentioned?
Ooh, that's a good point.
That is 800.
Oh.
With your persuasion.
Deal.
Yeah, I mean that's actually really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
I am knocking that out of the party loot.
Cool.
Don't put it into the party loot, but
no, do it though. No balls.
No. I'm knocking the gold out of the party loot.
Who's holding this? Who do you want to hold the second bag?
I mean, I'm already holding I think I'm holding 2 already. So,
did y'all
you
want to
can have this
purchase the Horn of Blasting? Or any of the other
one. What
things?
does it do?
It's a horn that blasts.
Hell yeah, I want that.
I mean, if you want, I can hold the third bag. Unless you really want 3 bags.
You can use your
go ahead,
action
take the third bag.
to speak the horn's command word and then blow the horn, which emits a thunderous blast in a 30-foot cone that is audible for 600 feet away. Each creature in the cone must make a con save. On a failed save, they take 5d6 thunder damage and are deafened for 1 minute. On a success, they take half as much damage. Creatures and objects made of glass or crystal have disadvantage on the saving throw and take a lot more thunder damage instead of the small amount. Each time you use it, it's a 20% chance of causing the horn to explode. The explosion deals fire damage to the blower and destroys the horn.
So every ounce of that was right up my alley.
You want to
I
purchase
want
the
it.
Horn of Blasting?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
How much is that?
Looking at its rarity. They want 10,000 gold.
All right.
10,000, not 1,000. 10,000.
Yeah, no, I heard.
All right, party loot is down 10,000 gold.
I brought Broska to the shop without any supervision.
You are his supervision.
And that was a terrible
Like he
mistake.
said, without supervision.
So,
Yeah.
Broska, go ahead and add a horn of blasting to your character sheet.
All right, Broska, I think
Can and already doing.
we do need to save some of the money because that is some of mine that I do want for, my place.
All right.
Oh, no, there's like... We could easily do that like 10 more times.
Buy more, expand my place?
Buy
10
those.
Because that'd be. Oh, I was about to say, if you expand my place 10 times, I can own it. I can own part of a district, and that's not a.
I mean, we could probably do that at least one more time. At least. Yeah, probably two.
It would move you to another tax bracket.
How can I pay taxes if I'm dodging
the
them?
IRS.
You have an establishment.
No. It's
Listen,
a
there's
personal-
so
it's a-
many different communities and organizations you can avoid in this realm. Don't fuck with the IRS.
It's a personal property that I just happen to have a business on.
Trent pays taxes.
Nah, Trent's about
What a chump.
Trent's about to pay the death tax here in a little bit.
Even we can't fight the IRS.
All right, I'm happy with this bag. I think you're happy with the horn and everything else that you got. Ezra Pass. Well, when we head back though, Broska, there's some really good stands in this bazaar that have some amazing food that I think you would actually.
You
really
sold
like.
me.
Yeah,
I'm there.
Trust me. I'll point out the good stuff.
Remove 20 gold, and that's how much food you purchase of various wonderful things. Broska, you discover this new amazing food called shawarma. So when you get back to Argan's magnificent mansion, Capriccio, were you doing anything?
I do have a lot to do. The place is probably just open during the evening, right, Zuza? Or is it an all-day thing?
I would say probably kind of like some bars. It probably closes at like 2 or 3 in the morning and then opens back up at like noon.
I'll probably just watch Fordrum work, honestly.
Okay. And Argan.
There's a spell in the grimoire that I haven't had time to learn yet. So I'm going to spend my day learning that 9th level spell because that will pretty much take my whole day.
9 hours, yeah. And you have the paper and ink for that, correct?
The grimoire has an infinite number of pages. The spell's already in. The spell's in the book. It's just I assumed I couldn't use it because I hadn't spent time to learn the spell yet. So that's what I'm doing.
Would you like to whisper me which spell that is?
Yeah.
All right. And if you say wish, I'm fucking rage quitting.
We have already discussed that.
I know.
It's Psychic Scream, isn't it? Is it Psychic Scream?
Psychic Scream.
No.
Okay.
I love Psychic Scream.
That wasn't even my choice. That flat out came with the.
Yeah. No,
If we ever get back to my home, I have that in Wardlow's.
that's gonna be
but-
fun.
That's stuck in Wardlow's spellbook, which is my backup. So, and we haven't gone back yet. So,
Alrighty, well, some of you do some shopping, some of you do some forging. At the end of the evening, you have to recast your magnificent mansion again, 24 hours. However, Forge Room, you get to hand over the new circlet, Jade Circlet.
Cool. Yeah, I work for a little while. I get really antsy for some reason, and then I run up and down the walls. And then I go back and I hammer for a little while. And I
Every
don't
couple
know
of
what's going
hours.
on.
I'm just gonna be watching this in so much amusement.
Your god
Yeah,
could
you
only
see
help
every
you
now
so
and then
much.
that my feet start tapping, and then I start getting itchy, and my tail twitches, and then I put the hammer down real calmly, take a couple steps, and then I run up the wall, cling to it for a few seconds, don't know what I'm doing, get down, run around a little bit, run out some energy, calm
I want.
down.
There's something
back.
I want to do.
Yeah.
While Fortrum is working on his stuff, I'm gonna try to sneak up behind him and I'm gonna scratch him behind the ear.
Stealth
See
check.
what happens.
You got to beat his passive. Which did you
Alright.
update your things, Fortrum?
Yeah,
Okay.
should be.
I'm not super stealthy.
No, you're not.
Whatever. I don't think that works.
Oh, he's distracted right now. He's working. That's a -5 when you are distracted.
Yep.
Ooh.
So sneak and scritch.
Con save.
Charisma.
Oh, I'm good at those now.
Oh, there's a mechanic for this? Oh shit. Okay, let's go.
You don't immediately collapse to the ground.
I just go with it. What the fuck was? Stop.
And just like a cat, only for a moment, and then swat.
Then the claws come out, and
Yeah, check this out. My gloves changed, and they've got little slots in it for this. And I push, and my claws come out. Is this the craziest thing?
Swords
And
come
look,
out of
the
his
light
hands.
still works.
Whole ass daggers.
Yo.
They're inbuilt. That's an upgrade.
Yeah.
And I'll take all the credit. Thank you. You're welcome.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad to be alive.
Well, I'm glad you're alive.
And you even have all 10 toes.
Oh, check this out. I don't need a tool to etch this anymore. I just
Nice.
Oh, perfect.
He acquires his own scratch posts.
But I don't need a scratch post. I got this big, the circlet.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Alrighty. So, evening, you all meet back up, and Braska shows off his new horn.
Oh. What's it do? Is that one of those horns that calls a horde of dwarves to your side?
Horn of Valhalla?
No. It's a horn that makes big noise.
Oh.
Big hurdy noise.
Oh.
big hurdy noise.
Does it hurt everybody? Like,
I don't know. Let's find out.
All right, everybody, con saves, DC 15.
Where is my saves? Oh god.
Did I click it?
Natural 1, no matter what, you fail.
Oof. Oof. Oh, it didn't work.
Damn,
Okay,
Fortune,
what?
that's bad.
Oh god.
Don't worry, I shall join you,
Oh
brother.
my god.
Evidently, he caught us on a very off day.
I'm the only one so far. What is happening?
You're the only one that passed.
Yeah, Capriccio is the only one that passed. Everybody else, you were blown back by the horn as... What is the command word, Brusk? I'll let you decide. Because you say the command word and then blow.
Shawarma.
Turn down for what?
Turn down for what? And as that erupts, 5d6 thunder damage, Braska.
Now
You all, except Capriccio, take 20 points of thunder damage. Capriccio, you take 10. And everyone else, you're blown backwards. Ah, shit!
Oh, I'll absorb elements. Why not? I'll take 5.
Good.
Okay, so it doesn't hurt everyone because I didn't feel that.
Oh, wait, roll your d20, Braska. There's a 20% chance that it blows up in your face. So don't roll a 4 or lower. Oh, oh! That would have been the best 10,000 gold ever spent.
It did a bunch of damage to the party and then blows up.
Except he's immune to
Not
fire,
one
so he
regret.
doesn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, then it's just Looney Tunes, the blast from back of his head. So, anything you all wish to discuss before you get to tomorrow and head on over to Janet and Jenna?
Ooh.
Zurazar, we told your character who Janet was. Do you know who it is as a player?
As a player, no.
So, Janet is a member of the Cerber. Because we told you all this while you were not here.
Jenna is a...
Jenna, sorry, not Janet.
Jenna.
Jenna is one of the other members of the Cerberus Assembly. The head of magic in the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Where Trent, the same organization Trent works for, basically. She's in charge of industry, which includes Hupperduke. But me and Fordrum have met with her before, and her assistant, who Fordrum has a thing for, Janet. And she does not like Trent, and she actually helped us get away from the Empire and get away from Trent once, a long time ago. So we're meeting with her in hopes that we can get somebody high-powered enough in the Empire to... I don't know that we have a definitive goal other than we need to try and get rid of whatever the energy field is where we killed the spine.
Mm-hmm.
We wonder if maybe the weapon that they built in Hupperduke might be able to drain it, because that's kind of what it seems to do. Or if nothing else, if she can give us the ability to move around freely in the Empire without setting off alarms, that would be significantly helpful. Because we have 4 more days until Trent resurrects. Oh, because you weren't here for that. Trent was killed.
Oh, who killed Trent?
One of the other groups told us that he died. We don't know the details as players. Not as players. One of the groups managed to basically create an ancient worm and sent it against Trent.
Huh.
In a very good roleplay session with Joey.
So what are we trying to get to Hupperduke to be the ones to permanently kill?
Well, we can't. Trent's out of commission for 7 days at least until he can reform at one of his.
Right. What I'm meaning is, I thought we were going to be destroying his phylactery or something.
Well, it is, but the phylactery we came after is stuck in that area where we created the spine.
Ah.
And
But
I'm.
basically,
Oh, go ahead.
but basically, we figured that while Trent was out of commission, we could do and break anything we wanted within the Empire without that, specter of him coming to do something about it.
And we need to kind of find out if maybe she knows anything else about where he is or where he goes. I'm assuming I never heard back from Miriam about the book.
Not yet. They're still on the same day.
Oh, they're still on the same day? Okay.
Yeah. This
What,
session,
somebody's moving
they're
slower
gonna
than
be.
us?
Uh,
That's a first.
ooh, you should watch. They're fucking.
I wasn't home last weekend. I'll try and watch their stream.
Yeah, it's all right. This week's gonna be fun.
Because there's still the book we need to find that we think is his last phylactery, but we need to retrieve this one in the woods or in the swamp first. Sinclair can get us back to the swamp.
Sinclair?
Not Sinclair, I'm sorry. Capriccio can get us back to the swamp. I was thinking
Well-
about getting to Shady Creek, and Sinclair was the one that collected all the other stuff. But
I can take us back to the mountains.
right, very close to the swamp.
Close enough, yeah.
So Basically, we're going to do the same thing we did with the twos, only hopefully without the fight. We're going to meet her in Shady Creek and have a discussion and see if we can actually make an alliance for once instead of our normal plan, which is to murder whoever we meet with.
And if the alliance doesn't work, we could murder too.
Oh, actually, I cannot take us to the... Well, I guess I can. I can take us to the swamps, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. So, you all rest up once again. Make sure you check your spells and everything you want to have available to you. And ready for the next day.
Killing Janet, right? No, just kidding.
120 days.
Perfect.
It's such a long wait.
But you got there.
I got there.
So, when you all walk through a tree and arrive outside of Shady Creek Run, the stale, moist air of this environment immediately sticks to all of you and feels icky. You look at the city and it's strange. You don't see people wandering the south quarters where you arrived. All of the houses are boarded up, and actually it looks very similarly here as it looked when you were crossing by ZODIAC. Like everyone's just hoveling in their homes for some reason.
Oh, fuck. Did they already lay claim to this place?
You look outside and there's still no Zemnian flag, which the Zemnians are very arrogant people who would place their flags anywhere they conquer.
Is there a flag of the city of Humperdinck at least?
At Shady Creek? No.
Oh.
Shady Creek doesn't have a flag because vandals would usually destroy it.
Right.
Or tag stuff on it.
Yeah, it looks suspiciously like an anus, so.
Huh?
It's a community reference. So, while you all are standing there in the swamplands, you hear heels clacking against cobblestone. Footsteps approaching towards you all. Then from around the corner, you watch as a tall, plain-looking woman with blonde hair pulled tightly back in a very high ponytail that is immaculate and wearing long blue dress with her hands in front, clasped over top of one another and smiling a mile wide, steps out. Ogden? Others I do not directly know, but know quite a bit about. Hi, how are you?
Hello, Janet.
Hello. Fortune, you look so much different now.
Yeah. And he blushes and turns away. I like your dress.
Very well. So,
Is the Baroness around, Janet?
yes. As she was not 100% sure this would not be an ambush, she has instructed all of the citizens at this southern end of the city to leave. so that we had less collateral damage.
It's a fair precaution. There was a lot of collateral damage the last time we came through this town.
Precisely. I will
Also,
make my
ambush.
acquaintances now. Hello, I am Janet. You are Braska. Then she turns.
Yeah.
I am Janet. You are Zurazar.
Hello.
Or would you prefer me to use your real name?
Let's not do that now.
Hi, I am Janet, and you are Capriccio. I don't know your real name.
Okay,
You have a real name?
I'm not gonna answer that. Can I roll an insight on this person?
You can certainly try.
Could I as well?
You certainly can try.
Oh boy.
The answer to both of you is she is impossible to read.
Aw.
Just smiling the entire time. So, would you all be so kind as to walk directly in front of me so I don't have to turn my backs to you?
Wait, why do we have to turn our backs? No, let's all just walk like side by side.
Facing
by
one
side.
another?
No, that maybe.
Very well. You stand there, you stand there, you stand there, you stand there, you stand there. I will stand here. And we will all walk in a circle.
I see no way this could go wrong.
Which building is she in? I
just walk.
that way.
What-
Janet, what building?
God, come on, guys.
The third building on the left-hand side. It was a church to the Changebringer before looters.
What's happened here?
We've evacuated everybody from these quarters, just in
Well,
case
but-
that there would have been a conflict between myself, Jenna, and all of you.
Right. So they're normally, this is a bustling city like it had been?
Correct.
All right.
Is this the same church that Fordrum hid out in last time we were here?
Yes. Stepping up inside, you see at the end of the church, standing up regally, is Jenna Irisor. Her dark brown hair and little bits of freckles that go across her brow and or across her cheeks and nose are hidden under the shadows cast thanks to the pane glass that's seated behind her. As she is standing there, Janet moves and positions herself so she's within 10 feet of all of you very carefully. Zurazar, you pick up on that real quick. Jenna, here, I brought Argan, Fordrum, who has changed his shape. Braska, Zurazar, who does not wish for me to speak his real name, and Capriccio, whose real name I don't know. You really don't know his real name? I do not. That is good information, Jenna. Thank you. Of course. I will stand here guard.
Brisha doesn't even react to that.
Again.
Fairness, thank you for meeting with us.
Under the given circumstance, I believe it was the only proper route of action. You gave me quite a bit of information, let's say. Would you care to elaborate?
How much do you know about what Trent's doing and what Trent is?
Janet, cross-reference, please. based off of our observations of what the knowledge you have and what we have at our disposal, this is what I am at liberty of sharing. We know that Trent is currently a Lich, as he has been for some time. He is also reportedly the first member of the Cerberus Assembly and has been hiding amongst it for quite some time. This is new information presented to us thanks to ally ships that we are now being influenced by. In addition to that, he seems to be seeking otherworldly powers and gaining power through an unknown entity. To Jenna.
All right, well, that's farther along than I thought we'd be. I honestly thought I would have to spend a lot of our time convincing you about the fact that he's a Lich.
I've known that since the first time that we've encountered you.
That explains why you helped us in the past, then.
I figured it would be a good call to have one of the Lyceum owe you one, given the circumstance and state of the world. As you still do.
Well, we've spent a considerable amount of time and a considerable amount of effort tracking down Trent's phylacteries, of which there are more than one.
Do you have the knowledge on how many there are?
We believe there to be 6.
Our research has revealed the same information, but without certainty.
We had fairly heavy certainty on it, but if you're hearing the same information, then that's a good sign.
Agreed.
We know that we have ultimately destroyed at least one, we think 2. We've put another one out of his reach completely.
And where would that be?
On another plane of existence that it would be dangerous for him to go to.
Janet? Yes, I'm calculating which one that may be.
I lean to Janet. The shade.
That was one of 3 possible outcomes I was coming to the conclusion of.
I just thought I'd help.
It is very much appreciated by Jenna.
I should have brought Fordrum to negotiate with Janet. There is also, we believe, another one that it's currently... We know where its current location is, and it's inside the Empire. We're trying to figure out how to get to it because it's in a very dangerous area. How recent is your information around the Labinda Swamp operation?
Gaining information about what was corresponding down there has been very difficult ever since the first attack against the Menagerie Coast has been talked about, and certain assembly members have expressed their distaste towards that. Each of the assembly members have become more defensive about sharing information with others. As such, I haven't been able to learn very much about what was going on down there, but I was fully aware of the prisoners being marched down, especially since they took 30 or so from our prisons. I was aware that they set up a fob as well. And I'm aware that Trent was conducting the research there. Specifically, for some time before all of this.
The prisoners in the Labinda Swamp are dead. Some percentage died in a revolt. A majority of them were sacrificed by Trent's practices, along with a good many of the guards who were driven insane by being too near the ritual practices that Trent was performing in the swamp.
Do you have any details pertaining to this ritual sacrifice? Symbols, power, even a feeling.
Something called the Craven. Elements of that were there.
Elements of Craven.
Craven spine.
The
The s-
spine.
Spine of Craven. Janet, 50% effort towards that. Very
And
well.
something-
And she closes
something
her
ref-
eyes.
Something referred to as Nexus seeds. From what we understand, that was supposed to be the main component of the ammunition of the weapon that he used on Nicodranus. The weapon he built in Hupperduke.
Or we assume he built.
He did. He used some of my researchers as well, but he was working on this project for some time. I just barely managed to get the schematics for the weapon itself. Luckily, some of the components are of the most rare qualities that you can find across the realm, and we only had enough to build 3 of them.
Only 3 of them.
He wanted to create them en masse. Janet will hand Fordrum copies of the schematics so he can analyze it more appropriately as soon as she is done calculating the ritual. I apologize, Jenna, but none of my knowledge on any records would indicate something specific about a magic such as this. I believe this is before.
Do you know where the other 2 have been deployed?
I do not, unfortunately, but I know who does. Moving things to and from any location, you have to have the right of way from the other archmages. Now, leaving Hupperduke, of course, he had transported them over to Exandria, where Ludinus Deleth would have had to given him the proper authorities to move them anywhere else.
So does that mean he had the proper authority to build these in Hupperduke? Doesn't Hupperduke fall under your area of control, Baroness?
It does, and for a time we were all assisting one another with our researches, and I was allowing him to do what he was doing because I had no idea of exactly what it was he was conspiring to achieve. And if he has the proper permissions, Ludinus is the leader of the Cerberus Assembly.
At least in name.
Ludinus cannot be charmed. He has protections in place of this to a very powerful and high degree. Janet, 2 7th levels, 1 9th level, and an 8th level are all at his disposal at any given time, protecting his mind from infiltration of anybody or any type of entity, foreign or domestic. Which is why it worries me even more that Ludinus has not realized what Trent is or is allowing him to be it.
Do you have a relationship with this Ludinus?
A passing one. He allowed me into the Cerberus Assembly, but it was Ivan Margolin who brought me in and nominated me. Ivan is, of course, a very dutiful individual. He's serves the Empire loyally, and as such is at the disposal of, well, the king himself, but as of now, I'm afraid that the only ally amongst the Cerberus Assembly that I have at my disposal would be Uladon, specifically. Athesius Uladon. Janet, any further luck? Unfortunately, Jenna, it looks like this information is outside of my reach. I apologize. Any estimations? Certainly. Based off of the knowledge that we have that took place in Nicodranus, we estimate that 2 more of these being deployed in any location could cause permanent structural magic damage within the locations that they strike, to the degree of possibly full destruction of any city or area within 2 miles of the impact zone.
We've destroyed Trent's ability to create ammunition for these, but I don't know how much ammunition he already has.
Neither
So
do
I don't know how many of these things he's going to be able to fire. There was only one in Nicodranus that we were able to, that we found any evidence of. We never found evidence of another charge. It also doesn't help that it kills the entire crew when it fires. So you have to have another crew come in later to do another round. He sacrificed a great deal of his own troops to power that thing.
lives of soldiers.
Yeah, but you know he won't stop at just soldiers.
No. If he wanted to rule the Empire, he would be probably doing it by now. We know for a fact that that is not his goal, to rule the Empire. And to rule the world, diplomacy is easier to get within the midst of high-ranking government officials than tyranny.
I don't think ruling is his objective. I think altering or destroying is his objective.
May I inquire as to the evidence of this theory of yours?
I don't have any evidence. But everything that he's done up until this point is a study in the power of necromancy and the harnessing of necromantic power. The only thing I can think of when an entity tries to find ways to advance that much power and harness that much power through something like that, I mean, it starts with Lyceum, which he's already achieved. I got to imagine his next logical goal is some form of godhood. What else is there?
No.
You said himself he has no desire to rule. He's already got immortality. Why else would he be sacrificing people by the thousands?
So you believe he's trying to be this generation's Vecna?
I think he found a game plan in what Vecna pulled off. And, you know, to some rumors, what the Raven Queen did before that. There's stories in the religions of people who've managed to raise themselves to godhood in different forms or another. I think this is the path that he would be able to take to do that.
The path
I can't
to
imagine why else he would be doing this.
The path to ascension through pure chaotic destruction.
Through the absorption of life energies. We know he had a base in an old temple of the betrayer gods, including Vecna, down in the what is that? The Ashkeeper Peaks, where he marched this weapon out of. We also know that he has harvested the energy from multiple trees of life. If he's not set to rule the Empire, because like you said, if that was his goal, he probably would have already done it by now. What else could his goal be?
Destruction for the sake of destruction.
And I guess, does it make a difference one way or the other? Destruction for the sake of destruction, or destruction for the sense of godhood? It's still death of everything.
That does make a difference. Janet, I need access to your files. The ones from the before time. Unfortunately, I am not at liberty to give that to you, Jenna. I apologize.
I think I finally, after all this time, pieced this together.
Hmm.
Can I insight Janet's voice and inflection? Does it sound an awful lot like when I'm in the chair?
That wouldn't be an insight. That would be a perception check.
Okay. I'm gonna use my lore keeper.
You see just a flap his, you see flap his skin just hanging off. You see Terminator.
Janet has a feature where it is.
God damn.
Janet.
Yeah. Use a chronal shift because I rolled a 3 to
shift
2.
That shit. Janet has a feature where it is impossible to discern her emotions or motivations.
Right.
Yeah.
Which
19.
Is not what I'm trying to determine.
You are correct.
Okay.
Well, she's immune to insight. That's the whole thing. You can't insight things about her. You believe you might be correct? I mean, from your time in the tower, absolutely.
I'm trying to remember the name of them. I have a title for what they're called.
Okay.
Do I not have it? I can't find it.
You're talking about the tower in
I'm trying to remember the name of what we call it when I'm talking to the person while I'm in the chair. There.
I thought it was lore keeper.
Is it? Oh, you're right. It is. It's lore keeper. Thank you.
I thought you were looking for something else. I was
like, oh no, sorry. Yeah, that was exactly the name I was looking for.
That's what you are, Arkin, or Tim.
I know I'm supposed to be the lore keeper, but even I can't remember my own notes. I've got too many of them to find things in.
Fair enough.
I've come across 2 others like Janet, but she seems to be in much better shape than the ones I found.
Jenna seems to become instantaneously defensive. What do you mean?
I'm assuming she's the lore keeper program from one of the old colleges.
Astute observation, Argon. How do you know about these?
Because I've talked to 2 of them. One in Islecross and one in Restus.
You have 2? How?
I don't have either of them. Not on me.
Janet, scan.
The chair is still in the demiplane.
Yeah, she's just scanning you.
I know.
permission levels are not currently at his disposal. No items on his person. Again, explain, please. Nobody I've ever met knows what Janet is.
Along my travels, I have come across an item that has allowed me to initiate some level of authority when inside some of the older colleges, the pre-calamity colleges. That item is not currently on me. And Janet has a distinctive way of, all the lore keepers have a distinctive way of talking.
From your crush is a machine.
It's an artificial life, I think would be the right term for it. At least that's my understanding of it. I have to admit, their magic is beyond my ability to comprehend. Truly. I could never recreate it.
Artificial light?
No. She is a fragment of somebody.
Are they all fragments of the same?
Yes. The most exceptional arcanist of the time. She transformed her consciousness into a magical set of devices that were utilized in the safeguard and preservation of magic schools and academia across the Age of Arcanum. Most of them were just fragments of the consciousness. Janet is the physical embodiment of her, and because of that shares many of her capabilities, as well as access to all of the sites that I've been able to bring her to adapt to.
I certainly see how you've gotten as far as you have.
I earned my way well before I found Janet.
Fair enough. I did not mean anything condescending by that. The fragments that I ran into were not one that would accept somebody who didn't have the ability.
Have the ability? What protocol are you under?
I have that somewhere. Let's see. I was on Annihilation, and then I stopped the Annihilation protocols. Oh, that's the wrong protocols. I don't have it written down. I thought I did, but I don't.
Isn't the chair like full manual or something like that? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the chair, I had put it in some form of manual protocol, but I don't remember exactly what it was called.
You are under the Headmaster Chair protocol level of permissions.
Oh, okay.
It's easy to remember because you have the Headmaster's Chair.
Yes, yeah. So I'm currently under Headmaster protocol.
Seriously?
I have access to it. Not right this moment.
Janet? 99% possibility that he is telling the truth. So you can access the records of the before.
Yes.
Janet? It is required that two separate headmasters of different schools are present when that information is being achieved. We would still need a second. Nothing can ever be easy with you, can it? No.
The Lich didn't have Headmaster, right? He was just a guest.
He was a guest. Do you say that out loud?
No, I did not. Say that out
Okay.
loud. I'm not willing to. I've given up enough already. I'm not giving up that much. I don't know where to find another. I gotta admit, it was somewhat. No, there was no somewhat. There was a lot of luck in me fighting the first time.
May I inquire as to where?
I originally found it in. Well, technically in a skull. We found a skull that transported us into a portion of the fallen Institute of Redstis.
The Retis Institute.
Yes.
You know its location.
I do actually know the location of Retis Institute.
How much of its design is still intact?
I don't know. We spent most of our time below grounds. We were looking for something else at the time.
Were any of its
Unfortunately-
defensive capabilities still active?
Yes, they were.
Oh, that is a good sign. Janet, there might be another fragment for you.
Unfortunately, I haven't had much time to pursue this because I've been too busy trying to keep Trent from committing crimes against the rest of civilization and not hunting our families.
I
As
heard
much
about
as I
what
would-
happened to your mother, and I am authentically sorry.
As much as I would love to spend the time trying to rebuild the knowledge of the past,
No.
killing Trent has to be the priority. Because to be honest, I'm getting sick of fighting. I'm getting sick of killing. I'm getting sick of burying friends.
I agree.
And that won't stop until Trent does. So I'm sorry I took us so far afield. I'm happy to have this conversation with you when this is done. Maybe we can even work out some sort of exchange. But for now, I need leash. I need freedom to be able to move around the Empire. Every time we teleport in there, it's going to set off an alarm, which means we need to travel by more mundane routes, and that takes time. Time that I can't afford to give Trent.
How long do
I
we
have-
have while he's still out of commission? Do you know?
At least, at a minimum, 4 days.
So,
My understanding is that after 7 days, his body will reconstitute at one of his phylacteries. But if it's one of the ones that's destroyed, it has to reset and go to another one. And I don't know what'll happen if he resets at the one in the shade.
one can pray.
But it's probably safe to say 4 days.
So you are
Is it this
asking...
way?
I apologize, continue.
No, I would say it's probably safe to say we're not lucky enough that it's going to be longer than that.
So you are asking for my permission to allow you all to travel freely across the Empire, correct?
Yes.
I will
Yes.
help you, but there's going to be some rules.
Very well. What rules?
Janet, temporary relinquish of guest pass, hand over to Argon Lyceum. Very well, recognized. Janet will guide you through the Empire wherever you need to go. If you need to teleport, she is capable of doing it under no detection whatsoever. She has every pass available within the Empire itself, as she is recognized as an object and not a person, within the midst of the Cerberus Assembly.
Well, that's handy.
If there's any information that I had at my disposal from her, she will hand it back. The temporary pass will last 4 days, and then she will return to me. In return for this, when this is over, you are going to take me to the Retis Institute, and we will both conduct our researches there. Together.
I can accept that.
My one other demand, there will be not a single drop of blood shed by a Zemnian civilian. No exceptions.
Does that include the military?
Civilians only.
Okay.
The military, it is an unfortunate situation that they are in, being misled by, well, us. But there's no way for me to anticipate you to accept attacks from them. Civilians, I don't care if they are beating you in the face. You do not hurt them. They don't know better. They believe what is being told to them by every source of irritating propaganda that is out there.
Everyone will have to agree to that individually, Jenna, but I can tell you that I will agree to that.
She will look at everybody else expectantly.
As will I.
I agree to that.
Yeah, sure.
Don't think we really have much of another choice.
No, but I wanted to make sure that everyone had the ability to voice assent.
Yeah, of course.
I don't want to speak on anyone's behalf.
Even if I disagreed, it was a majority anyway.
Well then. If there's further assistance that you need, Janet has full access to communications with me, even with you having the permissions. She can relay information back and forth to me at will.
You said you have plans for the weapon?
Janet, oh, sorry, you have to ask her.
Janet, I need to see plans for... Did you guys have a code name for this weapon? Or am I just calling it the weapon?
You can call it the weapon. It has its own
weapon.
names, but she is insightful.
Okay. Of the weapon, specifically focusing on the ability to channel necromantic forces. I need to be able to drain where the thing is.
I have the knowledge of all of the schematics that I've personally seen at one point in time. Would you like me to copy them down into physical copies?
Yes.
Very well. She reaches behind herself into a small pouch, pulls out stacks of paper, pulls out a pencil, and will immediately just trace it over the pieces of paper and starts immediately handing them up to you until you have 40 pieces of paper in your hands within 10 minutes.
Thanks.
I'm
Many of those
envious,
things are
Bear.
operational.
I'm envious, Baroness.
Janet needs guidance, and I would much more appreciate if we can get more fragments back so she can be more of her self.
I understand.
Will
Noble-
she gain full sentience?
I don't know. Only somebody with headmaster clearance is able to have access to that level of knowledge. I've never had headmaster clearance. The only person I know who does, well, I am not positive their stance, given the fact that he is the headmaster of the Sorceress Academy.
I thought you said he was your one ally.
No, he was the one who brought me
Oh
in.
no!
My
he
one
was the one who
ally
brought
is
you in.
Athesius Uladon.
Right.
He and I were the only ones expressing utter contempt towards the idea of sneak attacking a neutral territory. Trent was trying to sway the opinions of others into seeing it as a base of operations for your country, when we did not have definitive proof of such a thing, and their neutrality was only in question thanks to our insurgents. Of course, the Marquis of Nicodranus, being the cousin to Uladon, granted him additional insights that I personally looked into a similar conclusion, being that he and I are the only ones that were directly opposed to this attack, and Zyvin did not express a personal opinion, and, well, the others were for it. He is my only ally.
Have you ever seen Trent with a book with a large eye on it?
I have not. Unfortunately, I've only ever seen him wield magic one time, and it was exceptionally mundane at a show for the king. Easy to impress somebody who doesn't wield magic himself.
Hey, Janet,
Yes.
do you know how many of those machines are operational, those weapons?
Well, from the materials that he had at their disposal and that they filtered in through our system in Hupperduke, we estimate that they had a total of 3.
Is that counting the one they sent to Nicodranus?
Yes, it is.
I have 2 more. Do you know where they are?
I do not. But if we come across any of the individuals who were the personal shippers of those weapons, I will instantly recognize them. I remember everything I have ever heard, ever read, and ever seen.
Nice.
That's like the opposite of me. I forget how this conversation started.
Very astute, Braska. Well, I suppose I'm going to remain here for the next few days. I have some research I wish to conduct. You said
You're gonna
that
stay here?
I
Wouldn't this
don't.
be a better time to resolve some of your stuff back home while you know he's gone?
He had not come after me before because I had Janet at my side.
Ah, now I understand.
Though I am an archmage, I am not one of the same caliber as possibly yourself or him.
Trust me, my mother with 3 archmages couldn't stand up to him, and I wouldn't want to stand up to my mother alone. So, my real intent really is to just distract him until I can get Braska on him. That's where my real goal is.
The brutish attack forces are usually the most effective against our class in training. I mean that as a compliment, Braska. Our one weakness is a body we can't easily destroy. Well, I'm going to do my research. If you need further assistance, have Janet.
You got...
Oh, that was a little delayed. Have Janet reach out to me. Is there anything else you all need immediately?
I don't think so. Does anyone else know of anything? Could think of anything?
Obviously, for me, our greatest interest is knowing where the other weapons are. If that comes across, let me or us know. That would be great. And not so we can harm anyone, but so we can put the weapon out of commission. Saving lives by killing the weapon is a good goal.
Very well. And you mentioned Craven's spine. Do you believe that this is one of his phylacteries?
Ooh, the spine was near his phylactery. I don't know if it was actually the phylactery itself.
So that is still inside of Zalabenda Swamp. Currently, there's a magic in there that is destruction for the sake of destruction, as Janet described to me.
Right.
Which
We're
is
gonna try-
unlike magic we've encountered before.
The Volstrucker referred to the spine as some sort of guardian, so I think it was guarding the phylactery rather than it being the phylactery.
Right.
Besides, we were also told that the phylactery was underground.
Well, I have a handful of agents I will ask to go out there and keep a close eye on it. If the magic wanes and wavers long enough, I will attempt to retrieve it if possible.
That might endanger them. I think we plan on visiting it again to see what we could do.
Okay.
It's a dangerous place. I don't know if sending more people there, willing or unwilling, is a good idea yet.
I'd rather have eyes on it than no knowledge whatsoever. I'll
Fine.
send out one of my spies just to watch from afar.
Fair.
One of
Just
our
let me know if it's
one of our
good.
plans for the next 4 days is to try and find a way to retrieve that.
Yeah. And so let him know if he sees us, or to report to you if he needs to, but don't interfere.
Very well.
I know how to destroy them. I just need to find them.
You know how to destroy them.
Yes.
We do.
Unfortunately, at this time, that's not information I am able to share because there's certain other people I have made promises to.
Whenever you can you alert the Tal'Dorei ally forces of my betrayal of the Empire? I'd rather them not attack me if they happen to find me first.
I will
Yes.
notify the Tal'Dorei, the officer I know in charge of Tal'Dorei forces from the Lyceum standpoint, and I will let him know that you are to be treated as an ally for right now.
I'm not
Until I
asking
know
for
otherwise.
permission to.
No,
I would
I'm
not
not
presume. I just don't want to be attacked.
No, I understand. There's only so much I could do anyways. I already got in trouble for over-promising to other allies I'd made. Mom wasn't real happy when I showed up to her door with them. So, yeah, I can't offer you, like, I don't even know that you want it, sanctuary or anything. So,
Well,
but I can certainly keep you off of the hit list as per se.
appreciated.
We'll move you down to the very bottom of the Cerberus Assembly threat list.
As insulting as that comes across, much appreciated.
Just trust me, it's not for an insult.
I am aware. A little smile in the given times. So,
I'll take what I can get.
well then, auf Wiedersehen. And we're going to go ahead and take our break. We're a little bit over where we usually take our break, but we'll be right back. So, we're back, everybody, in the bunny onesie. Hi. Yes, it's goofy, it's stupid, it's silly. It's a mockery to me and my professionalism. Anyways, thank you very much. Appreciate it, Mike. So, Jenna is more than happy to have you all ask any questions you want, but if you want to get going, you can just get going.
Before we go, I am going to fly on over to Jenna.
Mhm.
And I'm going to hold out a close fist facing up.
She'll look at you suspiciously and open her hand slowly.
I will open my hand, and as I do, I'm going to cast Druidcraft to make a flower grow in my hand. Pass it on to her.
Much appreciated, Capriccio.
You're welcome.
What type of flower is it?
It's a very light pink, almost white lotus.
Lotus. You're a member of the White Lotus. Anyways. You say that, and I have my bag for Avatar right next to me. So, she takes it and nods in appreciation of the object and the allyship. Thank you. Do your best not to tell anybody where I am, please. I'm more than likely going to be getting even further away. Anyways.
Okay, bye.
We won't tell anyone.
Appreciated.
I don't think anybody would believe it anyway.
Let's hope not. Well, Auf Wiedersehen.
Goodbye. Until again.
Yes. So, you all walk out of the church and get to walk away from Shady Creek Run for a second time.
At least this time we're not chasing people on a wagon.
Yeah. And?
I can't tell you guys how much of an urge I have to sprint down to the end of this street just to see if I can now. But I'm not gonna. But I just want you to know I'm kind of craving it.
Do it.
No, we gotta go.
Do it, pussy.
I'll be right back.
Get it?
Funny because he is one.
Yeah, that's... Do you do all four sprinting or only twos?
All of it.
Oh, all fours. You sprint all the way down and stop. All the way back.
Rest for a minute. That was different. Last time it took me. By the time I got to the end of the street, you guys had already moved the fight around the corner, so. And then I walk back. Unless Argon has that look like he needs to hurry, and then I'll briskly walk back.
Which is still fast enough now. It's So.
Argon is studying the pages that Janet gave him.
You can roll an Arcana check to try to understand how the magic of it works, but to understand how things filter through, you're gonna need a tinkerer to look at it, or somebody who understands tinkering in general.
25.
Not bad.
Is there anything in there we can use to? Oh,
You have advantage on researching objects.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, roll again. We got to remember you have that.
Yes. That didn't make a difference.
Yeah, it's 25. Okay. Hey, it's always worth it. What was your question?
I was mostly looking to see if there was anything in there about the way that it pulls the energy, because I'm assuming that the energy from the Nexus seeds is the same as the energy that it set loose in the area. Because I'm trying to find a way to drain that off.
So, looking at the object, it would appear that it is made to allow the energy source, which would be the Nexus seed itself, to sit inside of it, and upon some type of contraptional activation would open up these vents that would cause the Nexus seeds to pull in energy instantaneously. And in doing so, would allow all of the energy to accumulate on one end and then instantaneously release it, which is why it fires in the first place. The device seems to just be something that can hold the Nexus seed and then can withstand the explosion of that amount of necromantic energy that propels it miles away.
So it's the Nexus seed itself that does the absorption of energy.
Correct.
Okay.
The device can just house it.
Okay. So anybody have any ideas on how we can get to the spine? Assuming that the spine is what has the phylactery in it?
I have an idea.
Okay.
Wardroom,
Yep.
if now you're an even greater extension of your God's will on this world, would you be able to perhaps call forth some divine intervention?
I could try.
What exactly are we asking for? For him to drain
get
away
rid
the
of that
energy?
thing.
Dispel
Or
it.
to... Okay.
To get
I
rid
didn't know
of
if
it.
that's what we were asking for, or if we're asking for, like, just the ability for Forgerum to be able to go in there and pull the thing out. And
We could
pull
just ask
the...
to have it just go away. Just
Okay. I'm
be
fine with
gone,
that.
End forever.
All right, so do we want to head to the swamp?
I feel like that's a decent. I think that's a good idea to me. I mean, if we have 4 days with no Trent, tampering around with his potential phylactery is probably one of our best bets.
All right. Janet, take us to as close as you can get to the operation in the Labenda swamp.
Very well. Just to make you aware, I am only capable of casting this level of magic once more today.
Okay. That should be fine.
Very well. Everyone, hold hands. Keep your mouth shut. Keep your eyes closed.
I am not closing my eyes, just as a point of reference.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm also not closing my eyes.
Then I need a con
I am.
save from the two of you.
I'm closing my eyes because I know better than to question when basically the equivalent of an archmage tells me to do it.
Ah.
Wow, you think so little of Janet.
I rolled 18 again. I just realized.
Zivazar, Fordrum, you both take and withstand keeping your eyes open as you move across this realm at an impossibly fast speed before landing on your feet and looking around. And the two of you kind of take a moment to catch your bearing as Janet looks around.
Did it look cool?
You did look cool with your eyes open like that. I thought I saw you. It looked
No,
great.
I'm asking if like the view of like everything like rushing past it looked cool.
Oh yeah, it was very Star Trek-y. But looking over at Zuazar with the 18, you see that he has like his eyes are strained all the way down and he has just like so many tears. He didn't cry, it's just the tear ducts were ripped open to do that.
Nice.
Why do you look crazy, Zorzar?
Oh, I kept my eyes open. I saw like
Why?
everything pass by. Someone told me not to do something.
No, I get that.
For future reference, it is possible if you keep your eyes or mouth open that you may lose some internal organs and possibly even your eyes.
Well, that would have been a wonderful tidbit of information prior, but I got to see something most people don't get to see. So you know what? I call that a win.
Again, would you like for me to start explaining everything in excruciating detail or just giving simple explanations?
Simple explanations is fine.
Very well. So, you look over at the swamp and that disgusting magic that you all sensed and saw numerous times now seems to be persisting here. You can see the black void, and it looks almost as if it has pushed out against that barrier here, expanding it very slightly.
The barrier that the others had set up.
Yes. It is
Do we
trying
see
to
the-
expand, it just hasn't been able to yet.
Do we see the spine itself that was trying to crawl away?
You do not.
No, we think it's farther in, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm typing out ascending.
Mhm.
Well, I am having a terrible brain day.
I feel that.
Why can I not remember?
Thunderbrand.
Thank you.
Everyone always forgets about the happy-go-lucky, punchy wizard dwarf.
I told you my brain is just not working today.
Sorry. I only know him so well because he's been a part of 3 different campaigns so far.
Yeah, which is fair.
Yeah.
I send that sending to him.
Meet with Baron. Met with Baroness Jenna Irasor, made temporary alliance, gained freedom to act while Trent is incapacitated. Please lower threat index on Irasor. Focus elsewhere, Argon.
So we think this thing does necrotic damage.
I know when it first opened, I recognized it as something more similar to the graviturgy that I know.
Oh,
But then later observations felt at least some impression of necrotic there as well.
how big is this boundary that's holding it in place? Is there a lid to it, or is it just circle, like a force circle?
Oh, it's like a circle, a sphere that envelops all the way around it. And it goes around for, based off of your previous knowledge, 3-mile radius.
Jesus.
Since it was about 1.5 miles inside, that would be the halfway point.
Wow.
Or that would be 3 mile diameter. Never mind. Yeah. 3 mile diameter. Still big as shit.
Yep.
Yeah, that's plenty big.
Huge.
So yeah, that's days of travel into that stuff.
1.5 miles isn't days.
Well, if you're having to fight against it all the way, or
Well, yeah. Um, Capriccio, can you get us an idea of? Can you scry on the spine again and see if it's still moving?
I can try, yeah. I'll scry on Craven's spine.
Okay. Let me roll a save for them again, because you still have a chunk of them from...
Yeah.
So that's a minus
Like a-
10, right?
10, yes, minus 2.
Wisdom save?
Yes.
Minus 10 to its 11.
I think that fails. You'd have to check.
A dirty 1? From a legendary creature? Yeah. Well, you peer at it, and when you do, you see the creature seems to have its one functioning arm grasping onto a root, as everything else in there seems to be pulling at everything else. Many of the trees are completely gone. The grass is no longer existent. The loose dirt has been scooped up, and all has moved back into the central dark void inside the middle. The spine seems to just be holding on to the root. Unable to move, unable to flee. Like the energy that is inside of this would possibly even suck up it.
Does it look like it's doing anything besides just holding on?
It can't. It had its spine severed by Brusca.
I meant more like maybe it's doing something magical or something.
No. It has one functioning arm, and nothing else about its body is functioning. It's holding on.
Okay.
And so you guys tried to approach it and it hurt, right?
Yeah, it's the only time I tried to approach it was inside of a bubble,
Yeah.
and it started, the outside of the bubble started sizzling, basically.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick my hand in just to make sure.
Okay. Give me a con save, Brusca.
All right.
And you are not raging, correct?
Oh, my internet just.
Yeah, it's been doing that a little
there it
bit
goes.
today. 25. We like 25. From what you can tell, Brusca, it is hurting you. Not an insignificant amount. And when you take your hand back out, you see majority of the fur and first layer of skin seems to have been disintegrated away. That is going to be 25 points of force damage halved down to 13. Which to you is you've burnt the backside of your hand a little bit. But that was just from holding it in there for, a 6 count.
That's not great. I was doing it again.
Yeah,
That's not great.
if it could do that to you in 6 seconds, it's gonna burn me up a lot quicker. Oh God, what do I have? Globe of Invulnerability is not mobile, so that doesn't do me any good. Magic Circle's not mobile. I already know that Anti-Magic Field won't help. Janet, do you have any idea what this is? You don't, right? Didn't we already have that? Didn't we already find that from the Baroness?
Based off of my previous information and knowledges about this, I had no recollection or conceivable idea of what this possibly was. Now, being within closer proximity to it, I could conduct a test for you.
Go ahead and conduct a test.
Very well. She sticks her hand into it.
I'm gonna destroy Jenna's toy.
Oh God.
She takes the hand back out after holding it in there for quite a long time. Ah.
Yeah, right.
You look over and she does, I mean, now you know for a fact she does bleed. That is a physical body. The hand is not skeletal, but there's definitely muscle as what you see. That is a very powerful source of magic. By my best estimate, it stems from an outer realm, specifically. A corrupted portal of sorts that has been opened up into this location, forcibly through attunement of objects. My assumption would be Craven's Spine being the primary catalyst of this.
Well, how about, and this is gonna sound crazy, how about we grab Craven's Spine and just throw it in?
I think it's already in.
Inconclusive if that would be beneficial or not. There is a nexus point inside where the source of all this magic resided. It would appear that the spine is able to expand the magic surrounding it. Given enough time without the affiliation or attunement to the spine, the magic of the two realms should separate naturally, as, well, nature intends.
Yeah, any idea on that time frame?
Could be.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
Could be between 1 hour and 30
Anyone have
years.
any idea where the spine is?
Yeah, I know where it is.
Oh, I feel bad. Broska keeps lagging in and out with his internet.
Yeah, poor thing.
I don't even know what's doing it.
The internet. Want to
Are
leave
you
Zoom
having-
and rejoin or reset your router real quick?
Yeah.
I've tried that.
Oh,
Like-
okay. So, if the attunement point was removed, that would separate it quite a bit. By my analysis, most of us would not last long enough to get inside and get what is needed to retrieve it and leave. My best analysis is Forgem has a 2% success rate at the highest portion out of all of us, and Broska has a 56% success rate.
I have an idea, a crazy idea.
Go.
I will reach into my backpack, my tiny little backpack, and I will pull out the jade circlet that Fortune made for me.
Mm.
Janet,
Yes.
question.
Am I at liberty to answer questions from Capriccio?
Yes.
Very well.
What chance of success does an adult purple worm have of reaching center?
Well, first off, let me put some different music on because I hate that sound so much.
I thought
It's
it was cool. It was
thematic.
creepy.
It's thematic, but with my
Yeah.
headphones, it's like, it's a lot.
With your what?
Headphones.
Oh, I thought you said headbones, and I'm like,
So you said an adult purple worm,
yes.
which has a challenge rating of 15. What is its percentage chance of success?
Yes.
Approximately 45%. Broska is way
Hell
tankier
yeah.
than a purple worm. You have to keep in mind he's resistant to all damage while raging and taking damage.
Does this magical effect permeate the ground?
Yeah, I was about to ask, is this like sphere?
One
Completely.
moment, and I will investigate. She reaches down, ow, as she starts digging with her hands.
What is she doing?
She digs a hole, gets the hole tunneled into the other side, and sticks her whole arm up into it from the other side, in the hole.
Oh no! Don't do that.
What are you doing? What is she doing, Hargan?
She pulls her hand back, and it is all the way up to, like, midway up. Yes, it does.
That's too bad. I thought that purple worm was going to be the answer, Capriccio. Just tunnel all the way there, pop up, grab it, go back down.
I would say that my experimental capacities with this physical form are, well, down about 40%.
Does your form repair itself?
Not naturally, no.
How about unnaturally?
Not enough information to process.
How is her? Is it the same arm?
Yeah.
How is it looking?
Oh, muscles.
Like the skin is gone.
The skin is completely gone. No hairs. Blood veins are visible.
I can fix her tomorrow.
Okay.
Hey, I think you have something on your arm. I'm just throwing it out there real quick.
Your gesturing is quite entertaining.
Can
No
you
problem.
can you estimate the size of this thing? Like how far it goes down?
I can. Give me
Say
one
just
moment,
freaking
and
you.
she starts digging.
No, don't. Just stop that. Tell her to stop, Argus.
Stop digging.
If you had to give a guess, based on the information that you've been able to acquire,
Can't you like run a scan or something without you using your arms?
Unfortunately, that is not how mages work. We are experimental creatures by nature.
Yeah, but you're running experiments that like I do.
Very astute observation. The best estimate that I can grant you all is, I believe this would go far enough down to even affect the Underdark.
Jesus.
I sometimes
do
forget
wisdom.
this world has an Underdark.
Right? You surface dwellers.
do you think the source might be from the Underdark?
No, we've already gone over the source.
Fair enough. Fair enough. to ask. There might be something we might not have known.
So, what can we do to up Broska's chance of 56%?
Well, I can make him faster. And at least for a minute, I can sort of heal him, but going with him would be painful.
I wonder if
That's
protection
not
from evil
nothing.
and good would do anything.
I think it had to be protection from energy.
You discerned
But
a few
force
sessions
is-
ago, this is not evil, this is not good, this is different.
No, it's not about evil and good. It's more about like the nature of it.
Yeah, yeah.
and it's not radiant, so it's force damage, and that one.
Yeah, and
Nothing
energy
seems
doesn't
to be-
cover. Words.
Sorry, Braska.
He just doesn't like me today.
Do you want to try to say something?
No, I already figured out what I was going to say.
All right. So, if we can make him faster, that would considerably up his percentage chance of survival. Possibly up to a whole 4%.
Let's see
Oh,
if I have
let's see.
something.
So, could we turn me into a purple worm?
No,
No. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Argon, do you have access to the polymorph spell?
Yes.
Oh. Usage of that spell can raise Braska's percentage chance of survival anywhere from 6 to 20 whole percent.
Problem with polymorph is that anything that I choose that makes him tougher is probably going to make him dumber. And I don't know that he'll stay
No.
on task.
Very true.
Oh, so I can only transform him into an animal.
Yes. But T-Rexes have a lot of hit points that are very fast. And mammoths. Which, Argon, you've seen a mammoth.
Yep, I have.
Have you seen a T-Rex? I forget. You met Blueberry,
No.
right? Okay, you didn't meet
No,
Blueberry.
I've never
mind.
seen a T-Rex.
All right.
Um, oh, what the heck else do I have? I wish I actually, for once, had some of the shorter range teleportation abilities, but
Dimension
I've
Door.
never taken them. Dimension door, gate, something like that.
I can do Dimension Door.
What's that, like 500 feet?
Yeah.
The only problem with that is that you have to go with him, and your chance of life is lower than his.
Well, the chance
You
of
also need-
survival is the chance of survival is calculated based around your ability to get to the spine and then retrieve it and bring it back in one piece.
Right.
Also
Oh,
need
only
to see
one piece?
inside.
Mm-mm.
What'd you say, Capricia?
Oh wait, never mind. You don't.
No, you just need to be able to visualize it.
Yeah.
500 feet is like half the distance. I could locate it and make a line for him to follow. I could teleport us halfway there, or Dimension Door us halfway there. I can heal us, and if he runs back and forth, well, potentially I could Dimension Door us back out.
What about the divine intervention idea, Fortune?
Well, I can try it. It's not really a thing,
Not really a thing.
but I can definitely say a prayer, see what happens. One thing about the Allfather that I learned is the gods are prohibited from interfering. So some aspects they can affect, but some they cannot. This was necromancy. I've got plenty of things that I could deal with, but it's not.
We don't lose anything by trying.
Yep.
So, do you try?
Yes.
All right.
I'm gonna try.
Then what do you say asking for your god to intervene?
Mighty Allfather, we are here to right a wrong. You know of it. You have an opinion of it. And this protective spell around it is so harmful. We need to somehow... We need your help to pass through the force damage that it will cause us. Amen.
So, you reach out and give your soft prayers, and you can feel you can feel his presence. He's listening. But you're filled with a warmth of recognition. As if he is confident that you have the ability to succeed. He is confident with what magic he lends you. You could do this. After that, Janet looks at you and tilts her head to the side. That is quite strange.
What?
The divine energies flowing off of you are no longer flowing into you, but off of you. Very strange.
I stick my hand in it.
All right, con save.
Deferred.
That fucking hurts. You take it back out, and that'll be 25 points of force damage to you.
Okay.
And then Fordrum.
Yeah.
Your hand begins glowing.
I'm going to try one of those spells like one of the auras, like an aura of life or something like that, which will start to heal me, but it will also hopefully.
So, you all watch as Fordrum envelops in this incredibly warm, fiery glow that radiates off of him and begins healing Janet, Braska, and himself all at the same time. You all have seen him perform magics to create all of the tiny hammers that strike at people, but this seems to be some type of revitalizing aura. Would you like to roll the healing off that?
Sure. I think it's 2d6.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What level is that? Third?
Fourth.
Fourth. Aura of life. Radiates from 30 feet from you. Each non-hostile creature. Okay, so you're all gaining 1 hit point per round. Oh wait, no, that's only if they drop unconscious. I think you were thinking about one of the other auras.
Yeah, maybe it's vitality.
I think it's vitality. Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, vitality is the one that.
You can use a bonus action, so you have 10 of those 2d6s to hand out for healing.
Okay.
Yep, that one. So 8 to yourself instantaneously, because ow! Ooh,
Right.
that's better.
So 10 do 2d6, so I got to do 9 more. So it's
Yeah, but you have to make sure you target specifically somebody on each turn.
Oh. Okay. Then Janet.
You watch as some of the skin starts repairing itself. Ah,
Oof.
who was that one to?
Janet. These have all been Janet so far.
Okay, it keeps stitching her up and getting better. She did 2 experiments, so she's down 50. Just...
Got it. So as this goes, it's going to take all of this, pretty much.
Yeah.
I only probably need like 1.
Yeah, and then Braska. Braska. And then Janet.
Ooh, she's looking good now.
I'm done.
Yeah. And then me. And then me.
So, you all watch as Fordrum gets this glowing, radiating energy around himself, and then as he starts focusing on the wounds, they just begin stitching and closing themselves up slowly. Wow.
So I take out the Father Stone
Mm-hmm.
and just see, like, I'll actually ask it, is there anything you could do about this thing?
I mean, if you want, I can change.
I like you as a stone.
Well, I'll still be a stone.
We need to protect against force.
I can't do that, but
Yeah.
I mean, I can help you heal better.
Maybe that would help.
Okay. Do you want me to change?
You put it that way, no.
Well, it's up to you.
Yeah, I think we're in a time of change.
Very well. And the Father Stone goes from that perfect smooth gray that it was previously and glows and pulsates with this burning light, and when it settles, it is a pure white, almost like a pearl.
Wow. Beautiful.
Thank you. So, where's your handout for the Father Stone? Because I have to change it since you awakened it further. Faja.
Right.
Nope, no Faja. Yeah, where'd the handout go?
I don't know. I think you've just been telling me and I've been writing it down.
Oh, jeez, that is frustrating. Why am I so lazy?
If you want to throw a handout in, I can copy and paste real fast.
Yes. There you go. There's a handout. You can add in your details, and I will change what changed about it.
Right.
Yeah, if Aura Vitality was 10 minutes, oh, that'd be as good as like Druid spells.
There you go.
I was trying to calculate how many rounds it took Broska to sprint, and I was factoring in rounds and minutes as the same thing, and it takes 100 rounds almost for him to get there.
My best math, I barely make it there. And that's assuming a lot.
The only spell I really have that would help you is the sphere, but the sphere only lasts for 1 minute.
Hey, you literally give me that like twice or something.
Yeah, and even if I gave that to you twice, that's only going to eat up 2 of the 20 minutes that you need to make it there.
Do you think putting Windwalk on Broska would help?
Minutes.
What was that, Capriccio? Do you think what?
Oh, I think Broska was trying to say something, but he...
I was having my connection troubles. No, I was basically just saying, yeah, it's not enough.
I don't know if we take damage when we're wind walked like that or not, Capriccio.
Yes, we do.
You do,
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, so it would get him there a lot faster still.
300 feet. Before you, like, dash.
So he'd make it there in a little over a minute and a half.
It does take 1 minute to, change forms, but I mean, compared to 20 minutes, or 10 minutes or whatever.
So, that still cuts it really close, actually.
Well, because you still have to run the 10 minutes back, because you can't pick him up and then wind walk back, right? I'm assuming?
All right.
I don't have to go with him.
No, but if we want him to pick up the spine and bring it back.
I can't wind walk back at that point.
Right.
Oh,
I don't think.
There's one more feature of the stone. Sorry.
Oh. Why wouldn't you be able to wind walk back?
It's not.
Because can he carry something in wind walk? I don't know if it works that way or not.
Whatever you're carrying. I mean, if it didn't work like that, we would always drop our equipment whenever we wind walked.
That's a
You are correct. You are correct.
There's a difference between carrying my sword and carrying a possibly unwilling creature.
Nope.
That likely wants me dead.
So long as you're carrying it, you're carrying it. I rule that when people lift up entire wagons and teleport with them. You're carrying it.
Yeah.
So that cuts it down to, it's 300 base, Capriccio?
Yes, it is 300 base.
So it takes about 2.5 minutes to get there, 2.5 minutes to get back. But there's a minute of where I'm...
There you go, Fordrum.
Downtime in the middle.
2 minutes. 1 minute to 1 minute to turn solid and 1 minute to turn gaseous again. So if you dash, it's 600 feet a minute or 600 feet around. You need to cover 700 feet. So 12 rounds, 12 and a half rounds, so 13 rounds. Plus 10 more rounds to turn into a normal person again. 1 round to pick back up, or to pick up the body. 10 more rounds to not go the other way. And then another 13. So yeah, you'd still have to survive 40 some odd rounds.
Yeah, I can give you 17 temporary hit points, but that's like a that's like one tick.
I need it.
Oh no.
Poor thing. I
Yeah.
feel so bad.
I heard I need it.
In order to, and that's still assuming I pass every save.
Yeah.
I can help you do that. Roscoe.
Sorry, I just don't know when my connection drops anymore.
It's fair, yeah.
Are you here right now, Roscoe?
Right now, yeah.
I can cast Foresight on you. That's advantage to all saves.
Yep.
Actually, no, I can't. I unprepared it for shape change.
If we wait till tomorrow,
Okay, but I'd still need that.
fuck. Crap, that's a concentration spell.
What is?
I could give him Expeditious Retreat. That allows him to dash as a bonus action as well. That bumps him up to 900 feet a turn. Which cuts his travel
Would
time
the
down to
magic shell stay on
9.
him while he did that?
What'd you say?
Would the anti-magic shell stay on him while he did that? Dash?
I don't think the anti-magic shell would work with Windwalk.
Oh,
Windwalk is the only way we can give him nearly enough speed.
right.
I don't see why it wouldn't work.
Because he has to push it. I
Hmm.
guess, I don't know, maybe it would work.
Wouldn't the anti-magic shell just negate the magic of the spell?
Oh, you said anti-magic?
Not anti-magic. Oh, is that... No, anti-magic doesn't work. We already...
Yeah.
I
was
discovered
like,
that last week.
Yep.
So, dashing as a bonus action, I still need an extra 30 hit points just out the gate.
I can give you 17 temporary.
I could give
Surely
you
by now.
5.
It's almost there.
Let me see. Let me look through all my spells.
And then maybe if I heal while I'm in there, if that's even possible.
Other than a potion.
They do have potions, but that's... I don't know if healing actually works within that field of effect. Is my point.
Yeah.
So, out of character, I have read all of your sheets with your spells, your special features, and I promise you there is a way for you all to get this achieved.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. We just have to.
Multiple, in fact, but
Wait, does anyone know haste?
Yes.
I do.
Okay, so that on top of would that stack on top of Windwalker?
Yeah. I
In
mean,
that
it
case, that might work.
could. Well, what does? Because the thing is, Windwalk, it gives you a flying speed of 300. It doesn't base it off of anything. It's just flat 300 here. It doesn't really add to your speed. It turns you into something that has that speed. That's how I rate it.
yeah, so if you transformed into the cloud after receiving haste, you would still just have 300. But if you get haste
But
after
you
you
could
turn into a
you
cloud,
could dash twice.
you would have 600.
So if I turn into the cloud, and then once I go to pick it up, I have one of our Argan beads that gives me haste, maybe?
I mean, can you carry it as a wind form though?
Keep in mind, Broska, you can't rage while concentrating on a spell, and you would be concentrating.
That's a good point.
Just have
Well,
to
the haste-
have to remind barbarians that they can't concentrate when angry.
And
Oh, that's right.
And I don't think you can carry one of the arcane opinions.
No, he wouldn't be able to, because he wouldn't be able to. Even if we could carry it, but as soon as he was gas form, he wouldn't be able to crush it, because you have to physically crush it in order to activate it.
If we put haste on him, he will be able to dash twice. That's
Yeah, but then he'd stop for
900 feet.
right. But then he'd stop for an entire turn.
I mean, when you compare that to 900 feet per turn, that's
No.
nothing.
That's true.
So I can't give him the dash as a bonus action because of the fact that he has to concentrate on it, and that wouldn't work because of rage. But if one of us hastes his form, he can make it there in about 6 rounds, because it's 300 doubled to 6. Dash gives you 1,200 feet per round.
No. It's 900. You don't
And-
double the double. You just
and-
add another 300 on top of the other.
What happens when you get there? What do you need to do again?
Pick it up.
How can you pick it up in wind form?
He couldn't. That's why it takes another minute for him to
Break out.
break out, and then another minute to go back into it.
Yeah,
That's the biggest problem.
yeah,
That's
that's
20 rounds
To
transforming.
get out of cloud form.
Right. It's 20 rounds to get out of it.
so.
To get in and out.
Yes.
Or out and
Wait.
back in.
I can also ward him against death, so he could have
That's
some
Yeah.
more resilience.
What about Argan? Can you cast the wind walk?
I can't. I don't have the access to that spell. Only druids do.
Damn.
Damn druids.
Druids get all the good spells.
Right?
Oh, shut up.
What, do you
Mr. Wish, Mr. Meteor Swarm. Shut
Do you
your
have-
mouth.
Do you have anything that can provide Broska with any temporary protection from that?
The
No.
only thing I have is the shell.
Well, what I was thinking was he can't break the bead when in wind walk, but all the items he carries gets transformed into wind. So when he goes back, when he transforms physically, he could also crush that. And if there's anything that's defensive that can help him, there'd be that too.
We're gonna do
So the
this
thing is-
tomorrow.
I still can't do that while raging.
We're gonna do
which
this
is how
tomorrow,
I get
right?
through this.
Yeah.
Probably, yes.
So let's try this. I want to see what happens. I'm gonna try and do the Aura of Vitality and have the Father Stone concentrate on it,
Uh-huh.
and then hand the Father Stone to Broska and see if it maintains.
Broska, as
Father
you
Stone-
grasp the Father Stone, you can see the physical burning heat like aura that is around you, and it does not stay centered on Forgem, it stays centered on the stone.
Okay. So we can be pumping some life into him that way.
All right, then this plan might just work out, provided everything goes perfectly. Either that, or I disintegrate like 10 feet from the door.
Well, I'll have a death ward on you, so even if you disintegrate, you won't really die.
You'll only be 5 feet away at that point.
Yeah.
You'll also have advantage to everything. I will prepare foresight just for you.
Yeah, but advantage doesn't necessarily equate guarantee of success.
Correct.
High
It's a
probability.
pretty good chance with your modifiers.
It's a high probability, but not a guarantee.
Does
It's good enough, I think.
the piece of bark that we got off of Forgem's body that belonged to the tree, would that count as an associated object for a teleport spell?
Yes, absolutely. It counted for scrying.
So I could teleport him to the body.
You couldn't. I mean, technically you could, but you would send off the radars.
Janet
Alright, so
could.
Janet could.
Yes.
tomorrow.
Yeah, she's all out of those spells today.
Right. That means you only have to survive half of it.
That I can definitely do without with just the wind walk.
Because then it's 10 rounds of wind walk, and then it's sprint, basically. from
Also,
there.
you need to make sure for Windwalk, I think you guys are forgetting one small feature of it. I think it takes 1 minute to get back
No,
into
no,
the
we
form.
have-
We've been
we have
counting
been-
it.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been
All right,
planning
all right,
on
all
that
right,
the
all right,
whole
all right,
time.
That's the
Yeah.
reason why we've been,
Yeah.
so dubious about all this.
Yeah, it's 1 minute on each stage.
Mm-hmm.
If it weren't for that, oh no, easy as hell.
Yeah. No,
all
we've
right.
been accounting.
All right, I'm going to test one more thing today. I'm going to put up the sphere, and I'm going to push myself in the sphere into the...
Boom.
So the edge of the sphere is inside the thing. I want to see how long the sphere lasts.
Okay. Initially, the sphere does not seem to be getting destroyed. And then you start to see the magic and the nature of this forceful energy, pure destruction as it is, seems to be moving across your sphere. And then you have to start concentrating a little bit on the spell. Roll me an Arcana check, Argan.
Okay.
We love 22. Between 2 to 4 rounds of grace, and then you will have to start making con saves, Argan, to maintain it. And then it seems to be coming... It gets greater and greater in the intensity of how hard it is to concentrate. Initially, it's fairly easy, but then it gets harder and harder. So it would probably last the full minute, just there is a possibility of it failing before then.
Would that be something that could be cast on him, and then you would concentrate on it?
That's
'Cause
what
I
I'm
can-
wondering. Can I cast it and then we can teleport him?
Magic
no, he wouldn't be able
cannot.
to pick up the body, though. Yeah, well, and he couldn't pick up the body anyways.
Yeah, that and magic can't pass through the ball, so you can't really like. I mean, you could teleport the ball technically, but
I could give him the module or the whatever you call it, and we could teleport him. He could pick up the body. He could pop it, and maybe you only get 3 to 4 rounds free. But then you only got to do. Then he's only got to survive 6 rounds before the wind walk takes in.
We don't want the body, though, do we? We want the phylactery, or is that one in the same?
I know, but I think the phylactery's in the body.
Okay, got it.
If the phylactery's in the center of this mess, all of this is a moot point because the center is already gone.
Yep.
Other than the fact that Janet did think that if we separated the body from this, it could help this go away faster. She said that at one point, I think.
Yeah, in an hour to 30 years.
Yes.
Hey, Fordrum.
Yep.
Oh, not Fordrum, I'm sorry. Hey, Braska.
Yeah.
Yes. Would you like to give me one of your toes as insurance? Suspense is killing me.
No. I like my toes.
Okay.
Because if you die in there without one of your toes, I don't know if we can get you back.
I think the teleport windwalk plan is pretty safe.
So teleport, windwalk, and the Father Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to cast Death Ward on him, too.
So Capriccio windwalks him.
In haste.
No,
I
haste is
Is moot. The windwalk itself would elapse before that.
Yeah.
Well, if you're teleporting, you'll get him the full 1,500 feet. If you're dimension dooring, that's only 500. But yeah, if you're teleporting, it's the full 1,500.
Right.
7,500.
7,500?
Yeah, that's a mile and a half. Is 7,500 feet roughly.
But we only got to do half of it.
Oh,
Right.
shit.
We gotta
No,
get
it's a mile and a half diameter,
Yeah, that's 7,900. You're
or
right.
the mile and a half radius.
Yeah.
It was
Oh.
a 3 mile diameter.
got it.
I'm pretty sure Broska's been calculating it the same I
yeah.
have.
We're only
It's 7,920. Yeah.
Yeah, if we're only talking 500 feet, we would have done this by now.
Oh, in and out.
yeah. We would have already done it.
Yeah.
I love the delay so much. All right. So you all
So
think
it-
you have a game plan?
I think so.
Okay. Walk me through it one last time and type it out while we're doing it. So we got teleport with the Father Stone, with the heal from the Father Stone happening.
An aura vitality from the Father Stone, yeah.
Mm-hmm. With Windwalk, you teleport him in. He picks up the body, sits there for a minute, turns into a fart cloud. Fart clouds the fuck out.
Yep.
And hopefully doesn't die during that time. Well, rage and then fart cloud, right? I assume.
Right.
Yeah. So it's basically 23 rounds
Which
is what he
I
has to
can do.
survive.
And mathematically speaking, you can absolutely survive this with like an 80% chance of success.
Yeah.
And we're going to find out next week if you can. Is Braska the tankiest motherfucker in the world? That is what we were trying to figure out next week, everybody. Players, thank you for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. Hope you had a great time. We'll see you next time.
He'll
Yep.
survive.